I accidentally pressed the wrong button and so my work disappeared. So I didn't mean to interrupt this video. Have a look at part B, we're just continuing. Right, I have to divide everything by 2.5 on the right, and so we get the following. Here it is, I'll just drag it over. You get 2.5 equals that. So there's our x value. Now to find our y value, we have to put x into one of these equations. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So here I'm using my formula, this one here, and I'm putting in the x value. This bit here is what I'm putting into my formula, and I am going to get negative 0.4a when I multiply by negative a half, plus 0.2b minus 1.8. There's our x and our y. So there's the x, there's the y, that's the point of intersection, which is also our midpoint. So here's our intersection point, and that is the same as the midpoint for the whole thing. So let's go back to our diagram and I'll show you what I mean by it's the midpoint. This here is our intersection point. It's also the midpoint to the reflection, which will be down here somewhere. So the intersection point is the same as the midpoint, so we're going to use our midpoint formula for the next bit. So the midpoint, here's our x value for the midpoint. So the midpoint, 0.8a minus 0.4b plus 0.9, that's my x value, comma. Then I put my y bit in, negative 0.4a plus 0.2b plus 1.8 equals x1 is what we're going to find, or x1 could be the point A, plus x2 is what we're going to find over 2, and y1, which is b, plus y2 over 2, because we're generalizing with the point AB, remember? So that's the y. So we have two parts to this. We have this part is equal to ax plus 2, and then we have this part for the y is equal to those. So we get those two formulas to generalize the reflection. So for my x part, here's my x part here. I'm going to multiply it by 2. That will give me 1.6a minus 0.8b plus 1.8 equals a plus x2. I want to find out what x is, 2 is, so I get rid of this a by moving it, subtract a from there, then you get 0.6a minus 0.8b plus 1.8. That's the general coordinate for the x2, that point of reflection. We're going to do the same for the y value, and it should work out pretty much the same. So writing out my y bit, it's divided by 2. I take it over here, multiply it by 2. That gives me negative 0.8a plus 0.4b plus 1.8 equals b plus the y2. I want y2 by itself, so subtract the b from that, and you get negative 0.8a minus 0.6b plus 1.8 equals the y2. So there we've generalized our formula, except I made a mistake that when you multiply it by 2 is 3.6, 3.6. So we could write that as a coordinate for the reflection point, and you just type it, write it in, reflection point, general, and write it in, and we're done. So here it is, and this should give you the excellence part, because we have got our reflection all correct. What I also did was I put it on Desmos, so that, whoops, the wrong one, I put it on this Desmos over here. So you can see there's our start point, there's our reflection, there's our midpoint along this line. So I've got your x value there, x and y's, and for the reflection, those are all generalized, that's what we worked out. And if I put sliders in and play the sliders, you can see them moving around all over the place, and the reflection is all done. So you can see them there jumping all over the place. Cool. So we've finished. Excellent.